Alright, shalom, all praises be unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Akakodash. Double honor unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, a great millstone, who rule well unto us his truth. Salutations unto the sincere Akim out there, pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Barakatam. And this is from the Guardian here, because this has been in the news, today. And it says, scanned, tackled, arrested. How live facial recognition was piloted on the streets of Croydon. Police got several matches during trial in London Borough, where some see progress on crime, others see violation of privacy. AI facial recognition oversight lagging far behind technology, watchdog warns. Shoppers falsely identified by facial recognition. How does live facial recognition work? Those are the main points. Giving an example, it happened in a flash outside Barclays in Croydon town centre. A digital trap snapped, shut around one of Britain's thousands of wanted criminals. In a little over a minute, a combination of high definition cameras, automated AI face scanning, and a half a dozen police officers had run a wanted man to the ground. After the handcuffs clicked shut, the Metropolitan Police's controversial live facial recognition LFR cameras had chalked up another arrest, the fifth in 45 minutes on a regular Thursday morning. Okay, so pretty much what they're doing, this is just more case specifics of this case, but the point is they are using these facial recognitions to identify criminals. But then the question is, what are the the guidelines, and as we know, the ever moving parameters of what is criminal activity, because they're not just using this for wanted so-called people. This is scanning everyone. And this is why they're talking about wanting people. Digital IDs was a thing, a big thing last year. Pushing of the digital IDs and things of that nature is because they want everyone on that grid, the electronic grid, man. And of course, this is hand in hand with chip technology, man. Okay. And just by your face, if you got like restraining orders, or you can't go certain areas or locations, if cameras pick you up, you could the scriptures speak about it, and his angels, man, the CCTV and that, man. You could just get zoomed in on by police just because your face got recognized by the cameras, man. You can't go certain places. The scriptures actually say that man shall desire. Alright. Second Ezra 15:17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, man. Okay. In fact, let me read verse 16. And it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Now, that's what you have in here with people have an uproar, people not being down with it, essentially. Okay, I think I saw a point here. AI recognition oversight lagging far behind telling what it warns. Okay, shoppers falsely identified by facial recognition. How does live facial recognition work? So you can get falsely, as they introduced this, is still rough. Guilty until proven innocent. Shoppers falsely identified by facial recognition systems struggle to clear their names. Now, in the grand scheme of things, this is done on purpose, because the digitalization of things have to start somewhere, but they're going to make it to where the systems don't run perfectly. That is so they can come out with a next technology and say, nah, this one's a bit more refined than the facial recognition. And what's going to be the ultimate refined version of being on that grid is that chip, man. Okay? So there goes your gradualism, That's in Revelation, right? Chapter 13. Verse 15, and it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So that is to be on board with the process, with the program, and you can be on board with the program, but where we will cut off, Lord willing, is at that point where it's the mark of the beast, the chip. But you go down as a resistor, not with the program. It's gonna result in them wanting to delete you, which goes back to one of the unholy commandments on the Georgia Guidestone. One of the tenets was to maintain humanity under 500 million, man. So they're getting rid of people, man. Reading some articles, saw some videos earlier about them trying to block out the sun, putting reflective chemicals up in the sky, to dim sunlight and all kind of things, man. You know what they're doing with the foods, the waters, the streams, all of that. It's all messed up. It's to take people out, man. But it's going to get to the point where if, you're still around and you're not sure and you're not fully convicted on the left, they're going to start killing people. That's what they're talking about, bringing back public executions and things of that nature. And ultimately, it culminates with this in verse 16, and he calls if all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? And that mark is going to be, which is the charagma, the chip, the MOTB. That's going to be also responsible for your identification, who you are, your medical details, everything about you, your information, your social security, your NI number, as they call it over in England. Everything about you is going to be on that CHIP, man. So we can see how they're moving towards that. And Croydon, is kind of notoriously known for being a rough area in, South London. So where there's been high levels of crime in years gone by and things of that nature, even currently. So, having that kind of stigma to it, in their mind, if we try it out in Croydon, let's see how well we can catch people, because there's a lot of people out here in this town to be caught. So we can see the direction where things are going, man. And they show you that in your Black Mirrors, man, and all these different movies and that, but to name a few, years and years. There's another one in my head. I watched a movie, an old movie, man. Can't remember the name of it right now. But they just show you these things, man. So it's coming to pass, man. Right, that MOTB, that on-the-grid digitalization is very, very close. Anyways, with that, I'm going to wrap it up, man. Say shalom.